Okay, so it seems like recently there's been a little bit of a funny thing that I've seen going on with Neuro Sama as we go into our kind of neuro news segment, I guess, which you guys have been pointing out quite a lot in the comments, and it's been great to see the amount of support that there has been for neuro, especially over on this channel, right? And well, it seems that there's been another, group of people that have been supporting neuro quite a bit, which wasn't so much the case, and that is Twitch. Now, if you don't know, recently with the subathon and all the hype trains and everything, Neuro Sama did manage to get 2 global emotes over on Twitch, being was it Evil Jam and Neuro Jam, where essentially, yeah, they're just 2 kind of emotes of them jamming out. And it seems like, over the past, over the actual subathon itself, sorry, it seems like Twitch haven't really been kind of interacting with them, with Vedal, with Neuro, or anything like that. I hadn't really seen many posts coming from them, despite the kind of record-breaking activities they were doing over on stream at the time. But it seems like ever since they released that global emo and kind of, I guess, almost announced a kind of, not partnership, but more so endorsement of Neuro Sama and Vedal, it seems like they've just been like upping this so much. It's been crazy because, as you can see here, Twitch UK and Ireland, which to be fair have been much more supportive than the main Twitch page, have actually been sharing stuff like Neuro Sama clips on their main page, which I thought was quite funny. And obviously got, Evil Copter. So yeah, obviously that is a clip from the actual subathon itself, and as Evil doing her best helicopter impression, I guess. But again, I do think it was quite funny. But it seems that, yeah, the main Twitch pages, the Twitch page for UK and Ireland, have actually reposted this, or not reposted, yeah, reposted this, and was, making a joke out of it, which, again, obviously, it surprised me so much because they were so hesitant, I think, to actually interact with Neuro Sama, Vedal, and all of their content and stuff, that they barely even talked about it before that global emote came out. And now it seems like every single post I see about Twitch is about Neuro Sama, which is great. Obviously it's great to see that they are fully behind them, and I think they've understood finally, like, hey, oh, people actually like this, right? I'm pretty sure one of the big kind of conversations maybe some of the Twitch stuff had was, this is AI. Some people could be, not very happy about this because, there's a big, anti-AI scene out there. Now, obviously, we've covered all of the many facts as to why Neuro Sama is, different in a way, in the sense that, obviously this is a project done by someone who actually owns the channel and who features on the channel. And, it's not just a lazy way of trying to create content or something like that. This is an actual project. And I think that, obviously a lot of people have come to realize that, especially over the subathon, including Twitch themselves, right? I feel like Twitch have gone, actually, you know what? These anti-AI people are not going to kind of come over and try to, I guess, bombard us, because everybody actually just does like Neuro Sama, right? And, you only really get a positive reception whenever covering her and whenever, putting her on your Twitter or whatever. And I think they've finally come to realize that, especially with the global emote post. I'm pretty sure they waited for stuff like the global emote post to kind of give them the all clear, I guess, because they, obviously they're obligated to give them a global emote because they did break the records, right? So obviously, they could just use the defense of, oh, well, they broke the record, so we had to, that kind of thing. But then obviously, I'm sure they saw the amount of support and amount of positivity that was in their comments and that was in and around the entire global emo, and they went, actually, you know what, this is okay, let's do this more, let's cover it more. And now they've started doing it even more. At least that is my little theory behind it, right? Because it is, they barely talked about them before, which I think was pretty interesting. Obviously, people saying Twitch UK is so base. People saying, why don't we sell this peacefully? I see you're a man of culture. That if evil like you, yeah, obviously a lot of people saying nah. People saying and saying, well, if Salvation showed us anything, Skynet is female. So yeah, obviously a lot of people were happy to see that she's featuring over there. But it does not end there. It seems like Twitch has continued to kind of interact with a lot of Neuro Sama posts, not just even in kind of quote retweets and making like a public post like this. It seems like they've been doing it to other people who have been commenting and talking about Neuro Sama as well, with N30, is it here, saying they are doing overtime to support Neuro now. And this is on one of their posts where they obviously talked about live, laugh, asphyxiate, says at Evil Neuro circa 2026. And then obviously, yeah, Twitch then comments there, must have been the wind. Like what? Like Twitch is there like commenting on like random Neuro Sama clips on Twitter. Like what is going on? Obviously a lot of people responded to that as well, saying Alban, you know, people to blink twice if you're in danger. Which I thought was pretty interesting, right? And I do think it is pretty crazy that they have like obviously interacted with a lot of this stuff, and people saying Twitch UK and Ireland are in complete control now, and people said, yeah, I feel like you have something to do with this, because it's always been the case over the past couple of you know, months or so. Twitch UK and Ireland have been much more accepting of Neuro Sama quicker. The main Twitch page was the one that was barely talking about them, and Twitch UK and Ireland was the one that was talking about them, I would say, the most, right? Because of course they've got like other clips from other people, but they definitely do talk about Neuro Sama on like a regular basis, even during the subathon, which is something that the main Twitch page did not do. I mean, this was literally on January 5th, right? People saying, record so nice, yet to beat it thrice. Vedal, the community you've created is amazing. The Swarm are devout. Congrats on beating your own record in 2 weeks after settling it. And then saying, yeah, W Swarm, W Neuro. Again, another Neuro Sama post. Like, you just scroll through their page and you can see that, like, every now and again, you know, Neuro Sama subathon is actually illegal to be late to this. See you tomorrow. Like, again, they've been supporting since the start, and I think that is really, really great to see. And what I'm saying is, I think it's great to see that the main Twitch account is now obviously promoting Neuro Sama a lot more, and actually involving with a lot of the kind of content that is going on with that as well, as we've seen with this one comment here, as well as the post they made about the global emotes. And it just seems like they're opening up to the idea of, you know, featuring Neuro Sama on their channels, you know, a little bit more, now that they know that they're not going to get a ton of hate over it, right? And people saying, congratulations, Vedal, we can't stop watching, and obviously no one else can either. And people saying Vedal and AI companions are breaking records after records. And obviously, yeah, they put like a little bit of a clip down there. They're also like kind of looking at people saying, y'all really thought I think Vedal got this big because he bought some random AI program, and not because we literally watched him build this program up for years. And obviously, yeah, people like obviously, you know, commenting on it, and this is being featured by Twitch, which I think is pretty crazy. And of course, yeah, here is the kind of posts about the global emotes, which we looked at last time. But again, it is great to see. And as I said, Vedal did come back to stream. Obviously, this was this Evil is back. It looks like they're playing some chess and doing some just chatting. But again, really, really good viewership once again. 10k views, which is absolutely insane. And that's consistent almost, right? It says here 10k peak viewers, which usually means that, you know, you could have like 200 viewers and you get raided by someone with like 10k, and then it'll get like boosted up. But it seems like despite that, you know, the average viewers is pretty close to the peak viewers. You know, that it's kind of cool to see, right? Because you don't usually see it with a lot of streamers. Sometimes it's very up and down depending on what they're doing. But with Neuro Sama, it seems like their peak viewers are usually their average viewers, which is pretty crazy, because it means that they're consistent, they're loyal, and that they obviously, you know, watch no matter what they're doing, whether it's chess, whether it's just chatting, which it seems like, yeah, obviously they were doing some chess and stuff during this time. And yeah, many people obviously were enjoying it, and it seems like they're gaining a lot of followers as well. 6 followers, obviously they lost a couple, but yeah, it seems like a ton of followers coming in. 2 with them gaining, you know, a ton of attention, right? And the average viewers, average everything is going up pretty dramatically as well, which is great to see for the Vedal channel. And yeah, obviously I'm very excited to see what Neuro Sama can do in the future. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to cover that because I thought it was a very interesting situation, especially with everything going on with Neuro Sama at the moment. And yeah, it seems that Twitch is fully on board with supporting them, which is really, really great to see. But yeah, that's essentially all I got for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameSubs, use my code Kazza, get 10% off again. They got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.